During my childhood, I always seemed to move at a fast pace. I was disrespectful towards my mother at times and didn't listen to her. One day she told me I needed to slow down in life before something caught up with me. My mother was right. Soon enough, my actions did catch up with me. One April afternoon, I returned home from a long day of school. I heard my aunt complaining about how tired she was and how she really didn't feel like driving. Even though I know I truly wasn't ready to drive alone, I offered some of my aunt's errands for her. After pleading, my aunt said yes. She trusted me to take her car and go run the errands for her. Getting into the front seat of her car, a rush of fear swept through my body. By the time I was about 2 miles up the road, I was starting to feel good about myself. I was proud that I had made it this far. Pulling up to my first stop, I felt cool. As I walked into the house of a family friend, everyone was surprised to see me coming up to pick up my two younger cousins. Everyone seemed so proud of me and repeatedly told me to be careful when I got back on the road. Getting back into the car, I made sure both of my cousins were strapped in, and I slowly began to drive away. My next stop was to pick up my younger brother from his elementary school. Pulling closer to the school, I came upon a stoplight. Oh my God, I thought. Sitting at the red light, I tried to remember the rule for making a left turn. I told myself if the other cars at the light didn't make a move at the green light, then I would do so. When the light turned green, I sat for what felt like 30 seconds. As I began making my left turn, I realized the other cars were coming straight as well. I began to panic. There was nothing more I could do but speed the car and try to make it across the street. It was too late. It happened so fast. I opened my eyes and found a broken windshield and a pole caved in the front of the car. I looked around and all the events played back in my head over and over again. I pictured the white SUV van cleaning the right side of my aunt's car where my cousin Shakira was sitting. The loud crash of the collision rang in my ears. I saw the frightened looks on both of my cousins' faces. I was crying hysterically. My tears seemed to have an everlasting flow. After what seemed like forever, my aunt, mother, and police were all on the scene. When I finally snapped back to life, it seemed to be all over. My aunt's car was being towed, and the van that hit me was driving away with very little damage. The last thing I remember is a few calming words from the cop. Slow down, try not to move too fast in life. We all make mistakes. I hope you learn from this one. From that day forth, I slowed down a lot. I was much more careful when I was returned to privileged driving. Knowing my parents and family had my trust meant the world to me. I no longer live a fast-paced life. My new life motto was slow and steady wins the race.